Hello, hello, my crafty friends. Welcome in. It is Dion at the Blushing Mint. I am so happy that you guys are joining me today. It is kind of a stormy time right now. I'm hoping that this video doesn't lag and that there's not any issues. We'll have to see. I don't ever watch my videos back because I can't stand to listen to myself. And so I never really know what's out there, just so you know. And if I do go back and watch something, I actually turn the volume off. So I'm kind of weird like that. So I'm hoping that this video is okay, and I don't lose it, or it's not crazy on your guys' end. So anyhow, now for the weather report. Back to your normally scheduled program here. I am back to do some work in our flip-flop journal. I am using the Chapter 1 papers, or papers from Chapter 1 on Etsy. And so I've chosen my pages here that I'm going to be putting in my signatures. I've got them cut down, and then I have a pile of other papers that I'm going to look at adding into the signatures. So that is what I was going to do today, and I thought, well, guess what? I like to just bring you guys along for my process. That is how we all learn, isn't it? Is just by being inspired by others and having others bring us along on their process so that we can learn. So I thought I would just do that with you guys and just bring you along. So when I am starting my signature, I am taking my paper here and I need to line it up just shy of the edge of my paper because I need to allow for a bit of expansion on the edges where as the papers get added. So I know this is going to be the front here, I believe, or did it go like this? I think this is going to be the front. Let's see. This, I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is the front. Well, it doesn't matter. That doesn't have to be the first page. I don't know, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just, I'm just living my best life. Gonna make a journal. I'm excited about it because I love this flip-flop style of journal. So I guess the question really is what page is going to be the front page of this signature? That really is the question. Because these, probably this. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here, friends. So I hope you guys are doing great. I'm sorry, when I concentrate and think, I forget to talk and I forget what is happening in life. But I hope you guys are doing great. Today is, I don't know, Wednesday? I feel like it's Wednesday. Seems like it's Wednesday. It's 6:14 at 6:39 p.m. That's what my computer tells me. So I always have to go with that information. Whatever my computer tells me is the time and the date, then that's what I go with, because otherwise, I don't know. I never know. I'm bad at that. So yeah. So anyhow, oh yeah, because yesterday was my husband's birthday. Yeah. 6:14 today. I'm just hanging out in the shed. I'm actually waiting for my husband to get home. I think we're doing dinner with friends or something. I don't know. And I'm doing some laundry because we're going to the cabin for the weekend and with my daughter. So we're going to do that. And yeah, so that is on our agenda for the weekend. All right, which one's going to be the front of our signature? This page. Okay, so this is the back. This is the front. I like that a lot. So yeah, so going to the cabin for the weekend, hoping to find some grizzly bears. I just need to see a bear. I need to see a bear in the wild, a grizzly bear. I've seen black bears in the wild. Black bears are, black bears are fine, but I want to see a grizzly bear. I mean, we're going to have a gun and all that other good stuff, but, that will be fun. And I don't know what else we're going to do. I don't know what I don't know what our game plan is. I didn't plan this trip. My daughter and my husband did, so I'm just going along for the ride, really. And that's okay. I don't mind. I do not mind. Cabin is always nice to go and get away from it all, for sure. I'm just using one page to measure for another. That's really all I'm doing here. And I'm slow as molasses because, I don't know. I don't know what my issue is. It just is. Let's see. So Monday I went up to see my dad in White Sulphur when I got back from my daughter's. I had come out while I was waiting for my husband, and I filmed that one quick video of putting this journal together. And then I went up and saw my dad, and we got home late that night. And then I just been working. I just been at work and whatnot. So yeah, really, honestly, I have not got a lot of exciting things going on. Crazy. It's crazy because I'm used to being on the go all the time. I've been on the go for over a year, and so not being on the go is weird. Not even gonna lie. It's very weird to not be like living in my car and just going from one side to the other and back again. So it's kind of weird to be at home. And so then it's like I have nothing to talk about because when I'm at home, there's nothing. Like I got nothing. It's just at home. But I get home and I'm tired. Oh my goodness, am I tired? It's crazy how tired I am. I'm out of shape for real life, friends. I've been spoiled for too long, which is my own fault. But so that's taking a bit of a toll on me because I've not had to have a regular schedule, even though I was always on the go. It's just a different kind of tired. So I'm trying to wrap my head around getting, just getting back into a schedule a little bit because I've been out of it for a while. So yeah, just getting back into the swing of things of a schedule. And so if I do this, that is upside down. That's all right. I'm gonna allow this to be upside down. Some of these the way that these this kit is designed, it some of these pages kind of seem to be upside down like the writing is, but it's kind of a collage paper, so it's meant to go however, and it's fine. I can work with it. It's no big deal. Oh, where did this go in here? So yeah, so anyway, just trying to get my head wrapped around my schedule and whatnot, but it's hard because I want to be in my craft space all the time. And because I'm in my vicinity, so I feel like I should be able to be in my craft space all the time, but that's not how life works. It's not. We all know that. Let's be real. But I don't like being real all the time. I like living in my island of denial, friends. Have I ever told you about that? Like, my mom made me had this thing. I took a picture on the beach in Florida years ago, and my mom had a sign made, or had a picture made from that picture. And I always have this saying that I live at Procrastination Station on the island of denial. And so my mom had a sign made of that, and the beach is my island of denial. And so, yeah, I like to live in my own little island of denial. I like it there. I like it there. Oh my gosh, pretty. Come on. Look, that's just pretty without doing anything. A scourge. Okay, so then here are my 3. So I've got 3 pages that are chapter 1 pages for in here. And then I've got other pages that are going to go in here. So this is the start of my 3 signatures. So now that I know what my sizes are size-wise, I can set that aside. Let's look at some other papers that I have here. I pulled out, this is just some, what is it? Lined paper. Good Lord, guys. You'd think that I have never spoken a word. I cannot seem to get my words out today. So this is just some lined paper. Now I want to tuck this into my signature and see if it sticks out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold all these 3 in half. Sorry, the wind is really blowing. FYI, I live in Livingston, Montana. I swear it's one of the windiest cities in the world. But the wind is really, really blowing. That's why I'm really hoping that for the stability of this video. And I do have my door open because it's lovely outside. I mean, it truly is lovely, other than the fact that the wind is howling. So I have my door open, but it's very, very windy. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. But the dog is coming and going, and that makes him happy to be able to just be out and enjoy coming and going from the shed. So, okay, so I'm just trimming a little bit off of here, and then when I put them inside the signature like that, it won't stick out. Oh, sorry, let me get it on camera so you can see it. It won't stick out. So then I'm going to toss one of this paper in each of these signatures. I'll come back and put them all together, but this is my process for how I do my signatures. Is I just start folding the papers. That's the first thing, is you fold the pages so that they all fit, and then you start working from there. And I am keeping the edges on my pages for flips or to add extra things. At least for right now, I can always tear them off later on. If I should so choose. I don't need to, but this way it gives me more versatility to have the little extra flap on there. So for now, I'm just leaving it. I'm going to leave it as it sits. It can become a pocket. It can become a tuck spot. It can be a place to add another extra sheet of paper. I can rip it off. So that is my choice. So there's one of each of those pages. So I just tuck them into each one of these. And basically I build my signatures fairly the same for each journal. In each signature, I basically build them the same. Now here, I'm going to fold these in half. And then I'll bring the edge in, and then I can either cut it off or I can have it become that pocket. Whatever we desire here. These are my lace dyed papers. Are you such a tired boy? Oh my gosh, my dog is just like, oh, I gave that quite an extra chunk of cut off, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can work with whatever. Look at this piece of paper, you guys. Look at this dyed paper. Oh, come on. How gorgeous is that? That is stunning. Yeah, I don't have any idea what ratio of coffee to anything that I used on this one, but wow, is it gorgeous. Like that. It'll go into here. And then this one in half. So yeah, so anyway, this is just, guys, I know, boring video, but I like to bring you along for my processes because sometimes we just need reminders of how we do things, or other ways of doing things. Maybe this isn't the way that you would do it. This is the way I would do it. So it's just another way of looking at it. Now I have this paper, and I love how gorgeously it goes with this. I have no idea how I'm going to use it in here, but I want these to go with these signatures. So I'm just gonna lay this in here. I've cut it to height, and I'm just gonna lay those pages in each one, and then I'll figure out how I'm gonna use it. I'm not sure. Another piece of just lined paper. Maybe we'll go like this, and fold it so it flips out. That can be just extra journaling spots there. So yeah, so this is just some just some ideas for you, friends. I know that this journal is going to be gorgeous. First of all, when you start with papers that are as beautiful as these papers from Chapter 1 Studios are, I mean, like, you can't go wrong, you know. It's not like you're going to build an ugly journal when you start with gorgeous papers. So that's always a nice plus. All right. And then I have some tracing paper. I thought, well, first of all, it gives a nice sound factor, you know, because like journals are very much, I think a lot of us, when we're playing with our paper and whatnot, we love the different sounds and textures that all the different layers of paper bring to our journals. So tracing paper is just another element that brings that sound factor up in your journals, if that's something you're looking for. Plus, I mean, let's be real, if this was, you know, it just kind of mutes that paper, but gorgeous, still beautiful. So tuck those in. And then I have some of these pages. Now, you guys have seen me pull these out. I used these pages to make my faux leather covers. Love them. But I thought I'm going to add some texture paste to them a little bit later. So I've got those out here. And then I have this paper here, and I love how the pinks here all pull off together there. So I have this, and it's just lined paper, and granted, it's going to end up lining up differently. It's going to line up horizontally versus vertical lines, but that's fine. I mean, if you're like me and you're journaling, you journal on all the different ways. Doesn't matter if you're writing upside down, sideways, in the round. You know, that's the beauty of journaling, is however you choose to journal, you can. So it'll lay just like this, and so you would write this way, or you could write over it, or you can doodle. I don't know. It's not going to be mine. Not going to be mine. So I'm doing so much prepping at the office. FYI, you know, the things that I do at the office. I'm doing so much prep work at the office right now, planning for some Christmas stuff. So guys, if you are looking to make Christmas journals or Christmas crafts or Christmas projects or whatever, please make sure that you stay tuned to my channel. I'm hoping to get started in September. So that is just a couple weeks away. Like, what the heck? Ugh. I don't know how time goes as quickly as time goes. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy town. But I'm hoping to get started with Christmas in September, so that by the time and do Christmas, September, October, November, so, or at least part some stuff every week from September through November. So then by the time December comes, our Christmas crafting is basically done. So we get the month of December to just like prepare ourselves for the holiday, like, because that's a lot. I mean, I don't know if you're like me, like it takes a lot of personal prep and mind power for the holidays. And so yes, and in the interim, I am going to be on vacation. I'm taking 10 days off. We're going to be gone for basically 7 full days. Yeah, so I'll be taking about 10 days off, and we are going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm super duper excited about it. My husband, I don't know if I even told you that, but my husband and my daughter planned this trip for my birthday. And so they didn't plan the trip. Let me just back the bus up. They planned to give me a trip for my birthday. And they planned where we're going to go and when we're going. So they did that. And then they researched some places to stay, some things to do, and stuff like that. So I got everything booked, and then I invited friends. To come, and I'm going to take my nephew, my youngest nephew, because we are leaving on the anniversary of his mom's passing. And I owe him a vacation because we have always taken the kids, my nephews, on vacation when they turned 14. We go on vacation. We've taken them to Vegas. The other two nephews got to go to Vegas. And so Colton was planning, to go to Vegas last year. Well, life happened and it didn't happen. And so I owe him a vacation, and I'm like, Vegas or the beach? Like, let's be real. And so I called him and I'm like, hey, I owe you a vacation. What do you think about Myrtle Beach? What do you think about the beach versus Vegas? And he was like, I'm all about the beach. And I'm like, well, you have to miss a week of school because normally we try to do it during spring break. And I'm like, well, you have to miss a week of school. He was on a roll last year, and with it falling on the week that it falls and whatnot, we're not going to have any issues. The school's not going to give me any problems or anything, and we'll be able to get his work made up. So yes, so he's going to come. So there's going to be what? 2, 4, 5 of us, six of us. 6 of us on our vacation. It is going to be fantabulous. I'm excited. I'm super excited. And so we're going to stay in Myrtle Beach. Actually, we're staying in like Garden City Beach. And then we're going to travel to Charleston. Is it Charleston? Yeah. South Carolina? Yeah. One day. And so that's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time. Okay, so look how it's looking. Look at all this gorgeousness. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, oh no, holy, I forgot. Listen, Dion, get it together, girlfriend. I forgot. I have Edith Holden pages to go in here. You guys, I have this book. It's called Joyful Lays. It is don't ask me why it's called that. But this book is a copyright 1884, my friends. So I have those pages. I have these cute little music pages. So cute. This is Sing Along the Way, and this book is a reprint from 1952, so I can't copy that or do anything with that. So I have 3 of those pages, and then I have some poetry pages, and that is from this book here, and it is a revised edition that was published in 1929. So I'm just saying, these are some old pages. So I'm excited. Each signature gets one of each of these. No rhyme or reason. They just are tucking into the signatures here. And then back over here. And then each one's going to get one of these. just gorgeous. You can see why these flip-flops are so fun to do because it's just they're just so stunning. All right, now these pages are so ancient. These were actually bound. This is actually a linen or muslin bound binding on this book. It is crazy. It was gorgeous. Oh, and then there's one staple. So it's 2 pieces of linen for the binding and a staple. So I feel like I'm going to have to reinforce these pages, and then these Edith Holden pages are from a glue-bound book versus a thread-bound book because it was a reprint. And so I'm going to have to reinforce those. So I'll come back to these in a little bit and reinforce those to go in there. But what I thought we would do is I thought we would take these pages here and texture paste. Where is my texture paste? Is this texture paste? Matte gel. All right, Dion, texture paste. I got to find the texture paste, my friends. Hold tight. Oh, I have to get into the drawer where things are, but it's a disaster over here. It's a disaster, my friends. It's a disaster. Let's see. Do I have texture paste? Where's the texture paste, Dion? I know I have texture paste. I can't open the drawer far enough. Design cream, acrylic gesso. I'm looking deep into the recesses of the drawers for the texture paste. Sorry, friends. It was a casualty on the desk. What did I do with my texture paste, friends? I need a keeper. I need a keeper in my world that, like, keeps me organized because I am not an organized person. This is modeling paste. Is that what texture paste is? Because I got some modeling paste here if I can get it out of the drawer. Modeling paste. Let's hope that that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I do have something called texture paste somewhere, and it's Tim Holtz texture paste, but clearly it's out of my personal site at this point. That is Yes Paste. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done with it. So we're going with modeling paste, and I'm hoping it's going to work. I bet it does. I bet it will, my friends. I have faith. Oh, I need to find some stencils. Hold on. I'm getting some stencils here. Let's see what we can find. We got some of these. I got some lace. I got that. I'm just picking some stencils that we can texture over and make us some flowers or make a design here on our paper. Okay, let's go with that for right now. All right, let's see here. Ooh, my chair is up really high because it like keeps dropping throughout my craft session. What am I looking for? I am looking for the little spreader thingamabob that's not this, but guys, I gotta clean this space at some point. Lord have mercy. My poor craft space. What did I do with the spreader, my Bob? I mean, I know that I have it somewhere. Is it up in a jar? Good Lord. Where is the keeper of me? I need the keeper of me to show up. Where is the keeper of me? She's MIA, girls. The keeper of me is MIA. Where's my mama? Where's my mama? I think my mama gave up on me a long, long time ago. I'm just saying. There's no hope for me, friends. When it comes to being organized, there is no hope for me. That is just that I've never been that girl. I can organize for other people. I can help other people all day long, but for myself, yep, I just don't have it in me to organize for myself. Oh my God, girls. Oh my goodness. Where is the spreader? Where's the spreader, friends? Do you see it? Do you see it on my desk somewhere? And you're like, Dion, it's right in front of your face. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't. But I know that it should be right in front of my face. Like, this is the tool bin. This is the tool bin, friends. I'm going across the room to see if I can find it. Where are you, spreader bin? I need you. I need you. Are you over here? Friends, I found them. They weren't even on or anywhere near my desk. Like, come on. Get it together, Dion. Just get it together. Why do I have the glue out? Like, you see what I deal with, friends? This is my life. It's a wreck. It's a wreck. All right, here we go. We're going to work with whatever this modeling paste is. Let's look at it. Oh, it's got this splash cover. It's all dried up and stuff. Okay, we're going to assume it's going to work. And I need to get a piece of parchment paper here to be our backdrop for mess making, because I think we're going to be making a mess. All right, what do we want to do? Let's make some designs here. Maybe we'll just, and I just want to kind of be random about this. Not like, and then one thing that I've learned is that where you don't want this to be, you can just pick it right back up again, and then you lay your paper back or your stencil back down, and you just keep right on a trucking along here. And you can lay it thickly. You can, oh, whoops, look at me making a mess over here. Like, what am I doing? I don't know, friends. I don't know. Making a mess. That's what I'm doing. I said I was going to make a mess. I'm not a professional artist by any stretch of the imagination. Everybody should know that by now. So, you know, if you're coming to me for professional art advice, you're going to be really disappointed. So yeah, you can come in here and, like, I don't know what I was thinking here, but pick all this stuff up, get a wet wipe and just wipe this mess away. While it's fairly wet. Because I don't know what I was thinking there. I was sleeping, guys. I was obviously not paying a bit of attention to what I was doing, okay? So, anywho, there is that. Then you have to be careful because it's going to come through on the back too, if you're not paying attention to where you're laying your pattern or whatever. You're going to see that through the back. So this is a great project to, like, just on a rainy day, you know, pick up some grocery bags or take your grocery bags and grab your modeling paste, texture paste. I've seen people use spackle, like wall spackling. That works. That'll work just fine. And make some designs on your grocery sacks. And then you can cut these up. You can use them in collage. You can, you know, these make very interesting pages in your journals. So I'm going to use this as like a page in a journal. One thing I wish I had in my craft shed is water. I wish I had access to a sink in my shed. I do not. And I will tell you that is probably my biggest wish, is that I was able to craft in a space that had water. Because I'm a mess, friends. We all know this. This is not anything new. This is not like the first day that I recognized this about myself. But yeah, I'm a mess. So water would be nice. But you do what you got to do with what you have to work with, friends. That's the name of the game. So, gosh, I have a big mess going on here. Yes, because if you had water, you would be washing your stencils in between this process. You would, because I have faith that you all are better crafters than I am, or cleaner crafters, and not nearly as much of a mess as I am. But I do what I got with what I got to work with. So the thicker you lay this in here, of course, one, the more texture it's going to have. Two, the longer it's going to take to dry. FYI. So there is that as well. So anyway, I thought I would just play a little bit with some stencils and this paper and try to get a little bit of texture on this paper to add some interest to the signatures, and so that is what I'm doing. What a mess. What a mess. See what I'm saying, friends? I wish I had water. I wish I had a running sink. Oh, Craft Shed Fairy, create for me a space with running water. Oh, look at this. Hot mess. Hot mess. It's fine. All right, let's see if I can do this any differently because I'm just a mess. How do I want to do this? Let's see. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know, friends. I'm just gonna try some things here. Well, isn't that lovely? Isn't that just lovely? Okay, I love that. And okay, then let's do one about here. I don't know. I don't know, friends. Just playing. Just playing. Seen, I swear, I think I saw somebody make modeling. There was a YouTube video of somebody making modeling paste, a journaler, but I don't know who it was. And maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe it was just gesso. But I have seen people use like household spackling compound, like to fix your walls. It's basically the same thing and probably cheaper than like trying to buy craft texture paste because I know it can be very expensive. So that is an option that you could look at, is just, you know, like Walmart or Amazon for speckling compound. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is a lovely stencil. I used this before on, and I did do texture paste, but I have no idea when. It's been a long time ago since I did something with it, but yeah, lovely. Pardon me. That's beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so I'm setting that aside. And then I need to pick all of that up. Wash my stencil off here. Baby wipes to the rescue. This is why I go through so many baby wipes, is because I do not have water in my shed. So baby wipes are my friends in my space. It's what I have to work with. All right, so on this one, let's do some cherry blossoms. We'll do some cherry blossoms on here. We will try it and see what happens. When you're using a small stencil, make sure you keep in mind the boundaries of the stencil. Do as I say, not as I do, friends, as you noticed on that first one. This one doesn't come off as clean as I would like, but it is what it is. I'm going to wipe this in between because I can see it being a bit of a disaster. Okay, then let's see, I want to what a mess. Not the cleanest project, friends, not the cleanest project to work with, but it's okay. So I'm turning it backwards from here. Yeah, that's not the cleanest stencil at all, but that's okay. That's okay, friends. I think we'll just do the two on that page. Set those up here. And clean this mess up because it is messy and yucky, and I don't like being this messy and yucky. I don't like it, friends. All right. Yuck. Okay, that one's good. I'll have to try to take them into my house and clean them off a little bit better. So I'm going to set those aside. All right, clean this up. Yuck. It's not a clean project. If you think that it's a clean project or you want a clean project, yeah, that's probably not the best one. That's probably not my best suggestion, friends. It's not. All right, put these somewhere where I can find them later. Lord have mercy, that was a hot mess project. All right, so just going to toss that so I don't end up getting any more of it into myself. Now, I'm going to bring this back. And I have my paper tape. And so I have to decide how do I want to shore these up? Do I want to shore these up with paper tape? Just because these are just, I know that as soon as I sew them in to the signature, they're going to rip right out. So that's why I need to make sure that they are going to be able to withstand being in the signature. So that is paper tape. I could use washi tape. I think I'm just going to stick with paper tape. Sorry, friends. Just because I know that it will hold up. Washi tape sometimes splits as well. Plus, I need to, if I use washi tape, I also need to add glue, and I'm afraid that on these seriously fragile papers, that as soon as I lay down the glue stick, they may just bust anyway, so I'm just trying to avoid a complete disaster. So we'll just stick with paper tape. It's fine. It's going to work just fine. So 2, and then I'll do the same thing. Actually, I tend to use masking tape on my Edith Holden pages just because it actually blends in very seamlessly with the color of her pages, I find. So give me just a second. I'll show that to you here. Okay. So there is our 3 music pages. So then I have my 3 Edith Holden pages. I've got some masking tape. And again, I mean, washi tape, anything is going to work fine. It's your preference. I just have these ones laying right here at my ready. So that is what I'm choosing. That is all. That is all. That is why, and that is all. Edith Holden pages are so beautiful, and I think Edith Holden Country Diary, what is it? The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, I think is what these pages are from. And I have several of her books, and they've come from different sources. I've gotten some on eBay. I did find one in the wild at a antique store in New England last year. Was it last year that I went to New England? I feel like maybe. And, but yes, they are very hard to come by. I'm not going to lie. They are hard to come by. And when they are these, whatever this kind of book is, it's like a, I want to say they called it a facsimile copy, but it was not a thread bound book. It was a glue bound, and so that was a bit disappointing when I got it, because the pages just don't come out well, and they tend to split a lot. So that's why the need for the reinforcement. How about if we do it like this? Okay, so then these are going to go in here. Ooh, thunder is happening, my friends. Thunder is happening out here right now. And I want these pages to be able to be used and read. So we're going to fold them as so, tuck it in, oh, I ended up folding it at the same time. It's all good. Okay. All right, and 3. And then this one here, I pray that when I fold it, they do not tear apart. That's all I ask, is that it does not rip. The pages when they are folded. Okay. So the only thing I have to figure out from here is how I'm going to use this and then what I'm going to do with these pages here. So that is what I'm left with for today. I'm going to leave you guys. That is kind of my process for dealing with signatures in a flip-flop journal. Now, mind you, I am not an expert on any of this because this is literally only the second one I've ever made. But this is my process, and I'm bringing you along for it, however it is. So until then, friends, please take care. Be well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope you guys take time to do the things that make you the happiest. I hope part of it is crafting, and I love that you take the time to spend a little bit of your day with me every time that you tune into my channel. So thank you, friends. I appreciate you so, so very much. Until next time, friends, take care. Be well. We'll chat again real soon. Bye-bye.